Today, we're at Quay Tower in Brooklyn Heights. We're working with Real Simple and a team of 6 incredible interior designers. They're gonna make a spectacular penthouse absolutely mind-blowing. I'm Ashlei de Souza, and you're watching another episode of Staged by Listed.
Hi, I'm Iannotti, and I'm editor-in-chief of Real Simple. Real Simple is a lifestyle magazine, website, all the things that reaches 6 million women per month. We like to give people solutions for how to live, keeping it real, keeping it simple, making it more fun. With a project like this, you're bringing in a lot of collaborators and you want to make sure it stays cohesive. So one of the challenges is finding all those people to work with who are going to bring their own vision, but who are going to sort of respect Real Simple's vision, and also we can thread it all together and it can work together in one big beautiful apartment. We start by thinking about designers that we love and we show them the space, we get some ideas from them, we compare and contrast different designers' ideas to make sure it's all going to hang together. My personal design style is, I would describe durable. I have children. I want it to be beautiful, functional, but last. And I think Real Simple is pretty much the same. We want things that are going to work for who's living there. So we believe in beauty, we believe in form, but also the function really has to be there. There's a nod to what's trending in Real Simple, but it's not like live and die by the trends. We're in beautiful Brooklyn Heights. You look out these gorgeous windows and just see the city sprawled out around you. That definitely plays into what we did inside, and the designers really took that to heart. It's very cool how each of them interpreted that idea differently, but it plays throughout. We're so excited to reveal this beautiful space, our 6th annual Real Simple home, in our October issue. So pick it up on newsstands or go to realsimple.com and check out our 360 tour if you want to get a closer look.
So let's start with the living room. I'm really excited to see it. Who designed this room?
Isn't this beautiful? This was designed by Bobby Burke. You know him from Queer Eye.
Of course.
He's the guy. His challenge with this room was to take this big, beautiful, floor-to-ceiling windows, glass and steel box, and make it cozy and comfortable, inviting, really.
Yeah, I like all the textures. I noticed a lot of curves and movement.
Exactly. That's how you soften the sort of right angles of everything else. But everything's like soft and cuddly. There's a boucle sofa, this marl zebra sofa. Everything's soft and warm, and that's meant to sort of soften the space itself.
But also really fun. I wouldn't have thought with all of these, kind of neutral and nice palette to have this really exotic print.
I know.
It works great.
It's all over. It's a little all over the place, but it doesn't feel that way at all. It all hangs together beautifully, and I think the brilliance is anchoring it with this sort of darker rug, this sort of peacock blue rug, brings it all together, makes it feel like a cohesive space. So I also love what he did with this artwork over here. Everything's quite bright in here, but he adds a little bit of mood here with the blue. I love how it's just a mix of styles, and it really brings in different ideas and different elements into the space. And I love sort of working in the objet on the top of the console.
The objet.
I
love that. Okay, I've been saying it wrong. That it sounds so much better. But I'm so interested in the objet and how the composition of and the balance.
I love how he puts this mirror. There's actually a panel behind here. He's hiding the panel with this mirror. He hides a panel over there with that screen.
And just back to you saying about the anchoring of the color down here. When you said that, I actually noticed when I looked up, complemented with the wallpaper.
Isn't that beautiful?
It's so subtle, but it really envelops the space and gives it a warm feel.
That's what I like about it. What I like about it is really the subtlety, that it's just kind of a whisper, but you look up and you see it and you notice it, and it does soften and warm up the space.
So everything here is really comfortable and cozy, like you said. It just looks like completely ready to move in, but also picture perfect.
Warm and welcoming is sort of part of our brand, and we definitely wanted it to feel that way. It is a high rise. You are in a penthouse. It is like very brightly lit. It could be cold, it could be chilly. It's not. We wanted to make sure we moved in all the stuff that felt immediately comfortable, immediately lived in. It draws you in. You just want to sit down. You just want to grab a book, maybe grab a cup of coffee, and hang out and relax.
Yeah, you can tell it has that feeling of it's a bit of a collection. Nothing is kind of too perfect. It's things that you might have acquired over time and put together.
Not a museum. We are not in a museum, and I love a museum, but I don't want to live in one, nor do my children, by the way. So I think that this is a place that kids could run around. This is a place where you could hang out, you could have guests over and not worry about who's going to spill what,
not
where,
too
or anything like that.
Yeah.
Maybe this couch. I'd be very careful with this.
I love it. It's beautiful.
So here we are in the smaller bedroom that's been converted into an office.
Wow, this room is incredible. Who did this one?
So this is Michelle Gage of Michelle Gage Interiors. She's based in Philly. And obviously she's a color savant with a little bit of a wallpaper habit.
I'm obsessed with this wallpaper.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
I feel like I'm in a present
I know.
right now.
It's wrapped right up for you.
This wallpaper all the way around.
It's a big, bold, beautiful print.
What's great about it too, though, is I noticed she's not shying away from different prints and colors. It's still got a lot going on.
Right.
You don't have to commit to just one thing.
Exactly, and I think that's the story here too as well. She has a bold wallpaper, but she doesn't then do everything else neutral, which is oftentimes the sort of the logic and the wisdom that people lean into. But nope, she's got pops of colors throughout. The trim is actually purple, pulled right from the wallpaper, and that's a bold choice. Pretty little chairs. They're both colors also pulled from the wallpaper. I mean, there are neutral things here. There's the caned console and there's the fluted desk, and I love that too because it's caning and fluting.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think she just kind of hits it perfectly with just a mix of color and neutrals, and it just works.
It's probably one of my favorite rooms, but I've only seen a couple, so I might even be outdone.
That's right. We're gonna keep challenging you to love them all.
Kitchen.
How about this kitchen?
Always excited to see how these are done.
I know, isn't it beautiful? If you look outside, brownstones, green trees. And I think that that's exactly what the designers, Kim and Scott Vargo of Yellow Brick Home. They wanted to incorporate what you see outside right in here. It actually coordinates almost like that's a wallpaper. I see brownstone and I see green trees. And I just think it's so cool. Yeah.
Colors are awesome.
I'm so psyched about these colors. I think the colors are really a big part of the story here.
And I think as the season changes too, it'll continue to pick up those colors and everything from these beautiful views.
Absolutely right.
How many designers worked with you on this particular apartment?
It was a total of 7. Kim and Scott worked together as a team, but yeah, 7 designers who worked with us on this, I know.
So they all have different areas that they're assigned to work on. How do you manage that and keep it kind of a cohesive environment?
That's our challenge. So yes, they all have different areas and they all have different design styles, and we share storyboards across, and they're all, they're very collaborative. They want to work with us, they're excited to work with us, so there's no rivalries
or
competition.
Or anything like that. Okay. Well, it's working really well. Everything looks seamlessly melded.
I think color is a good way to sort of thread cohesion throughout a space. Certain materials also you'll see pop up, certain ideas. We're all kind of looking at the same stuff and being inspired by the same stuff. We take it differently. We put our own eye to it, and so it can vary, but in our own sort of unique way. But we all still see the same stuff, and everybody's like, you'll see several mushroom lamps in here. You'll see several monochromatic lamps. You'll see like certain pops that happen that are kind of repeated that keep it sort of feeling like one place.
It's very nice, and I love all the accessories. I love this kitchen island with the lit shelving.
So I think the story here, a lot of it has to do with storage. Obviously, it's a kitchen. They're really, really beautiful, these beautiful honey cabinets. But I also think the story here is about how like sort of classic and muted everything is, as opposed to and then you bring in the paint, and that's where the big pop happens. Ready to entertain, that's another thing we love to do at Real Simple, is entertain. So we have lots of little pockets of spaces to do that, including several bar carts.
Oh yeah?
Not just one, multiple.
Okay.
I think we need
I'll keep count as we're going through.
That's right. There'll be a quiz at the end.
This room is really fun. I really like the bright colors, and it's almost like a 60s vibe.
Absolutely, that's what she's going for. This is Megan Hopp, based out of DC. She's a wonderful designer. You can tell, loves pattern.
Yeah.
Mixes them with wild, reckless abandon. I know. She started with a red, white, and blue palette and kind of wanted to turn the screw on it a little bit, and so she ended up here with lots of pinks, a paler blue. She didn't want it to be like 4th of July. She wanted to just start with some primaries. And I think where she landed is pretty darn cool.
This is really fun. Maybe this is my favorite. And again, the blue on the ceiling. I love that there's just, this home has no fear.
Yeah.
If I were gonna have this home, I would want to buy it just like this.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
And no corner unturned. Like we kind of like found a way to get the color everywhere.
Yeah,
you know?
It's really cool. Wow, I've been waiting for the primary, of course.
Check it out. Check this out.
Who is the magician behind this one?
This is David Quarles. He's based out of Memphis, and if you don't follow him on Instagram, you want to.
Okay.
It's a joyful, colorful place, as you might imagine.
I can imagine.
So the wallpaper he designed himself, and he designed this paper after his grandmother's garden. It's called Ruth's Garden. Bold again, but also soft and pretty, and he pulls all these great colors out of it into everything he's doing in the room.
And this light, very special.
So this light is not one light, but three. I think this is really a really cool idea. He got 3 different pendant lights, hung them at different levels, and it ends up looking like a custom installation, but not at the custom installation price.
Yeah, and all these different heights. It's really an interesting room. Everywhere I look, there's something, and a disco ball on the floor.
That's one of his signatures.
Wild.
David does that in almost every space that he does, a disco ball. Just add some whimsy, some playfulness. If the light hits it right, it makes the whole place look like a party.
That's fantastic. I'm also really loving the 3 pillows. I have like 20 pillows on my bed, so I like this whole picture concept.
It's great. I agree. It just adds an extra bit of
another
oomph
layer.
to it,
Yeah.
Right? But again, it's the story of wallpaper plus paint equals like magic. He's also pulling a green. He's got a blue in here. He's got a black. He's pulling paint out of that wallpaper and putting it on the walls, and it makes this whole space feel really designed, really cooked.
Just notice the trim and actually the light color under the soffit. It really gives some depth. Such a neat detail I almost missed.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Very pretty.
Yep.
I've noticed a lot of plants. I can't imagine, it's probably a little bit of work to keep them all going.
Fun fact, they're not all real.
Oh, really? Oh, they all tricked me.
Some of them are. We know that greenery actually makes us feel good even when it's faux. It actually gives us a jolt of dopamine. We know this, like studies have been done, so it doesn't even have to be real. But we love mixing the plants throughout. Again, referencing the trees outside, bringing a little bit of nature and a feeling of nature into the space.
Well, wait, speaking of outside and trees, there's an outdoor space in this apartment, right?
There sure is.
Can I see that?
You can.
Okay.
So check out these views.
Incredible.
We didn't do anything with that. That was already there.
You already had that for the inspiration. Absolutely gorgeous. And this is such a huge space. So you have like a lounge area, a whole kitchen setup, dining, and then around the corner it's fireplace.
The key here is really zones.
Sure.
You've got your fireplace area, dining, lounging, all of these different areas serve different purposes. Otherwise it could feel like just like sort of one big vast open space.
Yeah.
You create these like sort of cozy nooks. So this space was all done by Linda Hazlett of LH Design. She's based in LA, so she's used to doing these outdoor spaces.
Yeah.
It was about bringing in beautiful, natural toned outdoor furniture. Everything's really neutral, and then you bring those pops of color with the throw pillows.
Yeah, I like the pillows. I'm actually getting like some waves from the water, that kind of vibe.
Yeah, and we have the
nice.
East River right there. I mean, it's not exactly the beach, but it's a beautiful water
It's the closest
view.
we can get here in Brooklyn.
That's right. But it all amounts to just a really lovely space for entertaining or for hanging out. Just grab your cup of coffee and read your paper up here and be happy.
This was already such an exceptional space to start with, but you guys just really took it to a whole nother place.
I know, I'm so happy with how it came out. It was a lot of work. It was like a year's worth of work.
Oh,
but I think
it?
it's so beautiful. And it really like sort of comes together. It's all these different design perspectives coming together under the Real Simple hood, and I'm really proud of it.
Well, you should be. It's absolutely phenomenal, and I cannot wait to follow you and all the designers and to see what other projects are ahead for you.
Absolutely, and if you want to get a closer look, pick up the new issue on newsstands right now. It's our October issue, or go to realsimple.com and check out the 360 virtual tour. We'll take you through the whole place.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.